Last time I bought a house, probably a decade ago, I just remember the paper. My goodness gracious me. The paper. The amount of repetition that you have to and had to undergo to fill in forms, and the same stuff it looked like anyway, just to get the legal documents out of way, the loan application documents, all of the really boring, tedious stuff that I think we should all detest a lot more. Well, Tim Akinnusi was in the banking sector and in 2019 started a business called MortgageMarket. And it was a marketplace platform that it really, I think, sought to make a far more seamless transaction happen in a digital world. And Tim joins us this evening on the eve of a move to another country, or an expansion to another country, rather. Tim Akinnusi, welcome to the Money Show this evening. Karabo, I wonder if you could put Tim on because my mouse is misbehaving. Tim, nice to have you on the Money Show this evening. The digitizing the systems and getting the tech to do the work rather than the laborious process of filling in application forms after bank after bank after bank, for example. You seem to have revolutionized certainly the way in which this part of the sector operates.
Yes, Bruce, thanks for having me. We have been, over the last 5 years, stopping trees from being cut down, and we're using digital tech to essentially make the lives of property developers, estate agents, and customers a lot easier when it comes to applying for a home loan through multiple banks. We're extremely excited about the progress that we've made, and of course, it was quite natural for us to see an opportunity across the border, and we planned this over the last 15 months to build the tech, sign up the banks over there, and find the right distribution partners on the ground. And it's been quite a journey, but extremely happy to be at this point.
How adjustable is your model? Because here you've got it in South Africa, you've honed it down, you've got it working well in South Africa, but it's taken you 15 months to go to just one country. Does it need a fundamental rework no matter where you go? Because tech is supposed to be borderless. Tech is supposed to make the stuff happen just in an instant. How much of a reworking has it got? Because if you've got to do that for every market you go into, that's going to be hard, I think.
Yeah, so Bruce, I think the 15 months has been a combination of a number of things, the tech aside. But obviously, you've got to plan this the right way. You've got to make sure that you've done the right consultation, you've done your research, you've sized the market up the right way. And, Namibia is a very wonderful country. It's very similar to SA. I'm not sure if you've had the pleasure of...
I've spent time in Swakopmund, absolutely. It's misty, a bit too foggy for my liking, but yes, it's a vibrant place.
It is. And in fact, Swakopmund is the very first area that we launched our platform, and we did that in conjunction with an estate that's just gone up there called Tama Estates. It's targeting first-time home buyers, and essentially the developer Block 9 came to us, and he was very frustrated with the idea that it took him 30 days to get to know whether or not a client could afford and actually purchase a unit in his estate. And therefore, he would have to reserve a unit not knowing whether or not this client is actually good for the money and whether or not they can actually get a bond. And so when we started engaging, it was just a natural fit for us, and we went on from there. And obviously, you've got to negotiate with the banks, and I must have done probably north of 50 pitches to to a number of banks over there. And of course, we had to customize the technology to the bank's liking, and we had to ensure that we could replicate what we did in SA in that market and localize it to that particular market. So 15 months seems like a long time to launch a business, but now that we're there, as Namibia goes, so there's Botswana, so there's the other the other countries. And so hopefully the move to the rest of the SADC region will be a lot more shorter.
Well, you've learned, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yes, we've certainly learned a lot of things through this entire journey.
What I find amazing, and I chuckle to myself all of the time, in this high-tech world that we live in, where technology makes everything simple, my goodness me, the human cost, the human sweat, the human schlep that goes on in the background just to get us, the humans who are going to be using the tech in the future, getting them on board, I think that's where the real work lies, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And, starting a business there, we're still very much a startup, but this was really startup. This took me back to my days in 2019, where we were literally setting up infrastructure, offices, business models and spreadsheets, and hiring people there. And, we had to do that. It's the only way. In fact, one of the real estate agents that we engaged with, we had obviously multiple sessions with a multitude of real estate professionals there. And she had this comment, she was like, why hasn't this not happened all this time? We've got all the similar banks, all the similar insurance companies, etc. Why has it taken so long to launch an origination business in Namibia? And my simple response to that was, change doesn't just happen by chance. It happens through a lot of hard yards and people taking the risk to make it happen. And we've taken the risk, and hopefully this allows us to diversify our business a little bit, given that it's a different market, but very similar. In terms of how the South African market operates, there's a lot of similarities,
Tim,
except the fact that
we must leave it there. But thank you very much, Tim Akinnusi, this evening, Chief Executive and Co-founder of MortgageMarket.co.za. The throtch of the startup, the pain of the startup. Very few people have got the mettle to one, get started, two, to persist, and three, then to go, okay, we know what we're doing now. Let's go to a new market and start all over again. Oh, it's tough. I tell you that much.